Hello. Thank you for tuning in to this week's read. Let's see. For the main part of the read, the tarot I'm going to use is the Ultimate RPG Tarot Deck by Jeff Aldrich and John Taylor. Here's a picture of the box. And there's a website, I think it's Simon and Schuster. Yeah, Simon and Schuster. Feel free to freeze frame and check out that if you want that information for the tarot deck. Oracle cards. Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, one of my favorites. And Rockpool Publishing, yes, Rockpool Publishing. Here at the bottom, if that focuses, is the website, rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as in apple, use an umbrella. I don't know if you can I don't know if you're going to be able to see the rest that's on the back here, but if you want to freeze frame and check it out, feel free. The dice I use, I now have a 21-sided dice, which does omit 0 for the Fool, but it gives me most of them. And I got a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and I've updated. Here is the website for them. If it focuses. I think it says Tom Anders there. There's this. Some people use those things. Feel free to use that thing if you want to use that thing. It's also, I think the smaller dice came in this. It's called the Dice Shop. I don't know if you can see it. mathartfun.com if you want to check out that website. Okay. With that being said, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. And now on to your reading. See if I pointed the right way this time. Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Capricorn? I'm kind of feeling good about it, so what does that mean is a great question. Ooh. Okay. So, keep in mind, the card that represents Capricorn in the tarot deck is the Devil card. And it's showing up. And it's showing up in a very great way, in my opinion. Okay, so somebody wants to be closer to you. I don't know if we're going to allow that. Let's see. Well, it's not about we. It's about you, what you want. Okay, so you've been planning. There's a long-term plan here. This reminds me of like something where, you know, I choose the neighborhood, I choose the house, I build the house, or I build up the house, I make it nicer, I hold it for so many years, and then when I retire, this is what I plan to do with the house, and then I'm like this. These are like long-term plans. Now, whatever your long-term plan is, this could be job-oriented. You got a long-term plan here. For some of you, you might have a connection or a business connection that you tend to. You keep in good context with. You keep in good spirits. This might be a business connection where, you know what I mean. I don't always get along with them, but they don't know that. It could be one of those business connections, kind of like, no, I don't like what they do all the time, but for specific reasons, I do make it very, very careful movement forward, or I don't let them know when I'm not happy with them, because I'm going to keep them in good graces to make sure that things keep going my way. Even though I'm unhappy with them, I don't tell them. I don't let them know that for a good reason. And it's not, I don't think it's bad. There's somebody here I feel like I keep in good graces, because I feel like in the long run, it's going to be very advantageous. And I am like, the way I live life, the way they live life, as long as they're not messing with what I want, all right. I don't give my opinions. I feel like a lot of times I see them do things that I don't really care for, and I just don't give my opinion on it, because I'm like, no, I'm just going to keep my opinion out of it, because I need to keep a good connection with them. It's not going to make sense to them anyway. They live life their own way. That's fine.
it's almost like if you had a millionaire as a friend and they make some very questionable investments, and you're like, oh, I guess you could afford to. I can't. And if I tell you how to use your money, they're not going to like me. So I'm not going to tell you how to use your money. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't have done that. That's your business. I'm just not going to even touch it. 10-foot pole, not going to touch it. At the same time, I might be like, if I had those resources, I know what I'd do with them. But that's a whole other story. I'm keeping a lot of things to myself with this connection for good reason, for very good reason. And I do like them. I do like them, but I find it very stressful to deal with them sometimes because sometimes I hear what they're doing and I'm like, I'm just like, I'm like, so much wasted, so much wasted, so much wasted. And I feel like I kind of take my leave and I get away from them because I'm just like, I can't do this. Hiccup, excuse me. It's stressful, not in the sense of like you're losing anything, but like they're not going to like it if I tell them what I think, and I just can't do it. I just got to get away from it. I feel like you're looking at this person like they make some really weird decisions that you're like, I don't get it. I don't know what they're doing, but all right, they can do that. Now, there's something coming forward where this person, the same person, could end up getting in the way of one of your long-term plans. Okay. They seem to be trying to make a decision, a change. They're making a random movement forward. They want to add into what you're doing. They're offering to help with something. It's a random movement forward, but I get that this is totally not their path. So why are they wanting to do this is a good question. Why are they wanting to do this? What's making them want to do this? I think they like you. I think that's the thing, which is fine. But like, I don't see them. They don't really belong in your story at this point. Not for this thing. They want to get more in your business because they want to get closer to you for whatever reason. They really can't help you, but they may think they can. So how do you get around this? How do you get around this? This is a good question. I see this coming up. Now, what I'm getting is what you don't want to do is you don't want to include them in your situation. If you do, you're going to be very unhappy with that. It's kind of like, all right, well, I'll keep the very positive connection, but I might ruin one of my long-term goals, which is not really something I would think that Capricorn would really do. But for some reason, it's kind of like, I don't know, for some reason, just making this judgment, I don't know if it's just the moment. You don't want to do that. You don't have to do that. Don't do that. I don't know why. I just feel like that would be odd for Capricorn. I don't know. All right. For whatever reason, they're saying don't include this person in. For whatever reason or however this is pushing forward, I guess there's a chance you would let this person in on that plan thinking you could regulate it. It doesn't go well. Don't do it. It may be one of those things where I'll let them in, but I'll just make sure that I keep control of it. It doesn't go well. It just doesn't go well. It doesn't go well. You may technically keep control of it, but you won't like how it turns out, is what I'm getting. You don't have to do that. Don't do that. What they're saying to do, I'm just being careful with this, is kind of like take the very slow road with it. You don't have to say no, but you definitely don't want to say yes. Take the slow road. Keep the connections nice, but kind of like play the whole let's do more research game. Let's do more research. Let's do more research. Just kind of like stall it out. I think a filibuster is the word I want to say. It's kind of blah, 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 blah. Stall it out. Keep gaining more information. Usually Capricorn wouldn't research things unless they were going to do something with it. And it's not saying you have to research in a like BS way or in a foolish way or in like a no, like research things that you actually want to know more about. Keep gathering information about things you want to know more about and keep going that route. Keep drawing it out, keep drawing it out, keep drawing it out is what I'm getting. Keep it like kind of like, well, you know what? I know you want to be in on this, but this would be more advantageous if like 7 months down the road we could do it this way, and like keep giving them reasons and keep telling them what you're gathering. I get that, like, if you do the long-term plan, I feel like it just seems to go its own route, because I feel like I can set them off on their own goal in a different direction. Kind of like through research, I'm like, well, that might be an idea. How about you take that person and I'll keep going with my direction and you can go do this. Because I feel like I can kind of like, you do that and you tell me how that goes. I feel like I just want to kind of like stall it out and then redirect them. It may seem like a weird way to do it. We do not want to add this person into your path. For some reason, I feel like you might. I don't know. It's kind of blowing me away, but you just might. They're saying you don't want to do that. I feel like what happens is they find something else. It's ironic, but they do seem to. They seem to get the hint, actually. Okay. They get the hint. They will get the hint. Very quietly, very peacefully. They'll get the hint that you do not want them in this situation. Stall it out. Direct them a different way. Keep making it go slow. Keep directing them. Like, what do you think of that? Stalling them out. Stalling them out. They'll get the hint. They'll get the hint. It doesn't have to be a conflict. And they'll just kind of, at some point, they'll finally get the point, and they'll kind of go, oh, okay, Capricorn doesn't want me to be a part of this. Then I don't need to be, and that's fine. And they'll just go their own direction. It's fine. They don't seem to be upset about it either. They seem to feel like, well, okay, where Capricorn just doesn't think I'm going to be helpful. That's all right. I got other things to do. And they don't seem to be upset about it. There may be a small period of time where you don't see this person very much, or they're a little bit more distant from you for a little while. But what I'm getting is like, it seems to be you hold on to what you want, they go distant for a little while, but then all of a sudden they're back the same way they were before. It goes right back to what it's used to being. I'm getting, they're saying is stall it out. Stall it out. This person will get the hint. I don't think it'll be a problem later either. If they truly get the hint like it looks like they will, you'll have that, the word, I thought I saw the card sovereignty here. Yeah, here it is. You'll have what you want, you'll be more protected, and they don't seem to be a problem again. Again, I really get that you don't want to add this person in. I don't know why you're considering it, but then again, it's a general read. Again, I keep getting something, well, alright, I can let them in, but I just make sure I keep control of it and I have all the cards or whatever. It's still, it goes sour that way, in a way that you don't really want. Just stall it off, hold it back. They ironically, them getting the hint in that peaceful manner without there actually being like a I really don't want you here type energy, without you having to tell them I really don't want you here. That subtle way of doing it, they do get the hint, and they will, like, it's like a boundary that they realize once they realize the boundary is there, once they address it and kind of like, oh, that's a boundary. That's one of Capricorn's boundaries. All right, Capricorn doesn't want me there. Again, I do see them kind of like being more like not around for a little while, but they come back in later and it's just like no time has passed, and it's just not something we really have to talk about, and I don't feel like they try to cross that boundary again. I feel like that works really well. If this plays out the way I see it, if this is connecting for you, I do feel like this can be a very easy way to move this situation on without a real direct conflict. That gets you the resolution you want as well, because you don't want them offering the things you don't want them to be a part of. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.